Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit different than the usual on my channel, and I am testing out a product that I think if it works is going to be like revolutionary, and it is the split end trimmer. I wanted to try it out and put it to the test and see if it works and is it actually worth it. So without further ado, let's get started. When I first heard about this, I obviously did a little bit of research and I realized this has been out for roughly a year. So not anything new, but very new and intriguing for me. So the whole idea behind this is that it trims your split ends, but keeps the length of your hair. So for me, when I heard that, that was like a light bulb going off. I was like over the moon because that's exactly what I look for. I am trying to grow out my hair right now. So the idea of trimming it doesn't really excite me because obviously I want to keep the length because the precious inches that I'm growing out are very precious to me and I don't want to lose them, but I understand the importance of having your hair trimmed, especially me and my bleached hair. It is extremely damaged, so I do want healthier hair growing out. So if this bad boy works out, this is like amazing. Now a little bit about this. This retails for $70. It was originally $150, but I was able to pick it up for half the price, so that is amazing. They have all sorts of different options. Like, this is not the only brand. This is, by the way, by Umate. I have never really heard of it before this guy. There are all sorts of different options. There's more cheaper like Chinese brands and then also more expensive ones than even this. I didn't want to get anything too cheap just because sometimes you get what you pay for. And this whole trimming your split ends is a relatively new concept. So I wanted to give it a better shot to see if it actually works. So this one that I ordered came with a couple of different accessories. It came with this black leather baggie, which I think is so nice. I always hate when I have to like wrap them around and stick my hair products in some random places just because there's no nice way of storing it. So I do like that they kind of gave this baggie for like protection, I guess. It comes with these little clips, and when you open it, the little container where to keep the device is right here, and it zips up, and then it has this little pouch with a few other accessories. So you get a brush and like a little divider. I think that's what it's for. I'm not quite sure. You get a little brush, I guess, that cleans up the little pocket that keeps the hair. You get two of these big hair clamps. I personally don't really like these. I prefer the alligator clips, but it's still kind of nice, I guess, that they give these like additional pieces to work with, and a different size for trimming off the split ends. So the one that comes on here is the 1/4 trim right there. And then this one is the 1/8 one. So I'm just gonna stick with the 1/4 one. Another really nice feature about this is the fact that it doesn't have to be plugged into the wall. I wish more curling wands and straighteners could start coming out like that. I understand it's a bit more challenging because they do require more energy and heat, but it is so much more convenient when you can just like use this wherever and you don't have to be sitting next to a plug. It's just so much more annoying with the cord. So I do like that they were able to do wireless, and it doesn't have batteries. So I thought that was awesome. All you do is just plug it in the wall whenever it runs out. Now, as for the features on here, the, I guess, front part of this, I'm not really sure which one's the front or back, so I'm just gonna say this is the front. The front part comes with this clear little box that you get all the split ends collected in. So whenever the hair is being trimmed, it is being sucked out or thrown into this little part, and then after you are finished, you press this little button and it opens up and you can take out all of the hair. Plus, I think it's kind of cool that you can see everything like working and all the hair that's being collected. It's like weirdly satisfying. I also like that they offer these two different switches. So basically the different directions that you are going with, you are able to switch into, so you're not stuck only going one direction, and like when you flip over to the other side, you have to like awkwardly work it the same way. So I like that you're able to switch to whatever is more comfortable. The opposite side comes with the clamp part, the one that you hold down whenever you actually move it through your hair. It also comes with this on and off lock, and that is basically whenever you store it. As you can see, this is on right now. when you do off, it opens up. And that's basically how you start. You put it into your hair and you pull it. And then when you're done, you push it back up again and it locks and you can store it properly. The bottom part is the battery. It locks into place once you put it on. When it's time to take it off, all you have to do is twist it and pull it and it comes off. So very simple, very easy to store. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Like when you look at it, it's not like crazy complicated. Like you don't have to sit there and like read the manual 50 times before you understand how to use it. Some of the claims, however, that I saw when I was reading about it is that it makes your hair a lot more softer, which makes sense. You cut off all the dead, dry pieces. So that makes sense. And also that your hair is not as frizzy. So I have both of those issues. So we're going to see if at the end my hair does feel softer and it is less frizzier. So some of the first things you have to do is make sure your hair is clean, oil-free, and as fresh as possible. I literally just washed my hair and dried it. So it is very, very clean right now. It is frizzy. This is my natural hair, but I'm going to first go ahead and brush my hair out and then divide it into the pieces that I'm gonna work with. I'm gonna use my own little crocodile clips. These are my favorite because they have the little jaggedy pieces and they actually hold my hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and section off little chunks. From my research, people seem to say that I don't take too thick of chunks of hair because it won't be able to like penetrate all the way through. So I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't get too thick. I forgot to mention one of the most biggest things, but the way that this works, because that's when I first heard of it, one of the biggest concerns was how does this even work? Because I feel like this idea is so classic. Like everyone with longer hair experiences this issue of having split ends. No matter how healthy you are, your hair just does that. It's just something it's prone to. So my biggest question was, how does this actually work? Because I feel like the concept is, although very new, but I feel like a lot of people have been fighting this issue. The more traditional way to go about it is people just cut off their hair. What basically happens is this. So this is, imagine like the piece inside the machine. So it gets pushed through like this. And as it's being pushed through, your hair is being pushed up from here. And then any pieces that are sticking up, the split ends, get chopped off by a moving little blade. So that itself seemed really cool. Like it made sense. Like, oh yeah, of course. So the split ends are obviously going to be sticking up. Like I can already feel some and they're going to get chopped off. So that way the general length stays there, but the damaged pieces, the unruly pieces gets cut off. That seemed really cool and unique. And obviously I wanted to try that. So I think this is thick enough or thin enough. I can see through it, so I'm gonna assume this is good. But from what I read about it, you're supposed to go through each section at least 3 to 4 times. All right, so basically I set it going down. As you can see, it's like a little green glowing button. I'm gonna clamp it in as close to my roots as I can get. And then whenever I am ready, I'm gonna press down and start pulling it down. All right, so let's try it one more time so we can at least have 3 for each strand. All right, so I'm gonna get as close as possible to my roots and clamp down. So those are all my little split ends and just my like bangs. So can't wait to see how the rest of my head's gonna look like. And although I have short hair, I actually have kind of thick hair, so I imagine this is going to take me a while, so I'm probably going to speed through it so you guys don't have to be miserable watching a whole hour worth of footage.
Three weeks later.
All right, so I am all finished up. It did take me like 45 minutes at least, and that's because, like I mentioned, my hair is thick, so I was kind of getting annoyed of it taking forever with thin sections, so I started grabbing thicker ones, and I realized I was actually starting to struggle with the thicker sections, that sometimes it wouldn't even work at all until like I squished it together more. So you do have to do really thin sections. But overall, my hair feels so much more softer, and I can definitely see less frizz. I think the most visible is if you look at the edge of my hair, there is like pretty much nothing there, whereas before my hair was crazy. Also keep in mind, this is just freshly washed and blow dried hair. I haven't straightened it or styled it in any way. There's no lotions or cream, where I usually put in like conditioner and all sorts of yummy food for my hair. It has nothing in it, and this is how it looks like. So I think it looks pretty dang good, considering that it has absolutely no help whatsoever. My baby growth right here, I think just can't be helped. It just loves to be a little cray-cray, but I'm just gonna forgive it and pretend it doesn't exist. But overall, I think it definitely made a huge difference. My hair feels smooth, like so much more smoother. Like I said, the frizziness is down, which makes sense because what is frizzy hair? It is damaged, broken hair that ends up sticking up in different directions for the most part. There's also like naturally frizzy hair, but a lot of frizzy hair, if you did not know, is actually caused by damage. And especially if you want to look at your history, like teenager years, if your hair wasn't frizzy, but it is now, it is very highly due to damage. So if you can slowly ease off heat and whatever most likely caused your damage, like dyeing your hair, it will probably go back to being less frizzy. So that is what I am working on now. I can definitely tell a change in my hair, and the split end trimmer really helps like a lot. Now my hair is still as long as it was before, but it feels like 1,000 times better. Now this is the part that everyone says is the funnest, where you get to see how much hair you collected. It looks kind of disgusting. I'm gonna like get it all up in here so it doesn't like fall on me. Look at all of that hair. Ew. That is so nasty. So that's a lot, okay? I gotta say, like, considering that this is split ends, it took off a good chunk of little tiny pieces off my head. Now, granted, I do understand that it is not perfect and it probably doesn't take off all my split ends. I'm sure I still have some left in my hair. I can pretty much say it took off like 95% because just off how my hair feels like, it feels so much more nicer. This has definitely been a success. I kind of was feeling a little gimmicky about it, although the reviews were pretty good, but I was like on the fence. Like I was like, I don't know. And I actually do think it's worth it because I think even if you're not growing out your hair and you don't like care about protecting the length or whatever, but you do care about having healthy hair and about trimming it, this is actually a very unique idea. You know, it really concentrates on what is important, and that is cutting off your split ends all throughout your hair, because again, the traditional way of getting rid of your split ends was to cut off the ends, but I think we forget about all the split ends throughout their hair. So I feel like that helps a lot, and I just think it's a valuable tool if you are someone who is interested in keeping your hair healthy and strong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in seeing more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!